Yeah, well, this is Zacchaeus. Yeah. I'm talking about the Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program called SNAP. And, groceries has went up tremendously a lot because of this inflation. And for many of us, we're struggling to pay for groceries every week, especially if you have a big family, you have a young family with children under the ages of, they're teenagers and they're younger. And you gotta, every week, you gotta put money to groceries every time you get paid. And it's not easy when a person is living check to check. It's not easy. You know, you wanna provide for your family. You wanna help your family and provide for your family. If you're grandparents, and you know how it is when your grandparents and when your parents see the grandparents behind the kids, when your parents know your parents, especially the older parents, they went through the struggle time during the 70s, during the time of the 70s when inflation was there already too. But now we're experiencing it in the 2000s, 20 to 24, where inflation hasn't went away. Groceries has went up tremendously a lot. And it's tough putting food in the fridge every week. Yeah, folks who can't eat out either because restaurants has went up too in price. Restaurants has went up in price. Groceries is up in price and up in groceries is so much up in price right now. And a lot of people, especially this day and age, is applying for a thing called SNAP. 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 And we want to see if it's beneficial. But every moment I notice that even when I applied for SNAP, every moment the groceries keep going up. Groceries keep going, but every moment SNAP keeps changing their regulations. SNAP keeps changing their rules and regulations. Now you got to be in order to eligible for SNAP, you only could make about a certain amount of money. In order to be eligible for SNAP, you got to make under 50,000. That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's if you live in New York City, the major city, New York City, Georgia, LA, and and Dallas, you only can make a certain amount of you only can make a certain or Chicago, you only can make a certain amount of money when you apply for SNAP. And if you're not, and they're always changing the rules and regulations, always changing the rules and regulations, and it's not easy to, and you can easy to apply, but it's hard to receive the benefits. Hard to receive the benefits. SNAP is here to help, but the benefits are hard. It's hard to get SNAP because they're always changing the rules and regulations. Well, this is Zacchaeus. Yeah. Hey, well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. Now, check out the latest from SNAP. SNAP Supplement Assistance Program. Check this out.
September brings big changes to food stamp eligibility.
Yeah, so what does that mean for you? Well, basically put, more low income Americans will be required to work in order to receive those SNAP benefits.
As of today, childless workers who are age 18 to 50 will have to show that they are working at least 80 hours a month or are enrolled in an education or a training program to receive SNAP. On October 1st, that age requirement will go up to 50 years old. People without homes, veterans, and adults 18 to 24 who aged out of foster care are exempt from these new requirements. Congress says this change will reduce government spending and will bolster the nation's labor force at the same time. These new requirements will be in effect through October of 2030.
Yes, folks. So that's the SNAP's benefit. That those who don't know what SNAP is, SNAP is a Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program in America. Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program, and that's for individuals that are making low income, Those who are making under 50,000 a year in America is eligible for SNAP. If you're making under 50,000 or less, you're eligible for SNAP. If your ages, if you're not receiving, like, let's say if you're receiving Social Security, but your Social Security is maybe 2,000 per month, but yet your mortgage, your rent is 1,500 or more, you're eligible for SNAP. Um, and that's what it is, folks. If you, and every minute, SNAP is changing their requirements. Every few months, they're changing their requirement. So it's hard to get SNAP. And one time I tried applying for SNAP, didn't get it. Maybe twice, I didn't get it. And it's to help with groceries. Because the cost of groceries went up a great percentage. Groceries went up, cost of living went up. But SNAP is particularly for groceries. And if you're struggling, if you have a family and you live in check to check, and you're struggling putting food on the table, you're struggling with buying groceries because the groceries went up in the supermarket, well, you could apply for SNAP. And SNAP has a lot of regulations and rules once you apply. And you could apply, you could be waiting for a few weeks, they'll get back to you. And then when they get back to you, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you could be missing some documents that make you not eligible. Like, for example, if you apply for SNAP and they said that you're making too much, or you apply for SNAP and they say that you're by letter, they send you letters and they say that you're missing some documents like your children's social security number, or they're missing or your documents didn't come on time, because once you apply for SNAP, they give you a certain time to get all your documents in, because you need your proof of address, you need your social security number, you need your proof of income, you need some utility bills, and you need, if you have children, you need your children's school where they go to. You need proof of the school where they go to, where they're attending. And let's say you put all that in, but you have to put it, they give you only a certain amount of time, give you a week to submit all those documents in. And if you don't submit them on time, you be disqualified. You're disqualified. And it's a hard thing to get. And but I always say this, and I'm gonna emphasize this. Don't depend on the government for handouts. Stop depending on these programs. Why I say that? You can apply. I'm not saying that you can't apply, but always try to generate income for yourself. Always try to not rely on these governmental programs. Try to generate extra income if you need extra income, if you can. Because these governmental programs, they're always changing their regulations. They're always changing the rules and regulations. And because doesn't mean because you're in the program, meaning that you're gonna stay in the program. There's people that apply for SNAP that got in the program. They got in, they applied, they got their benefits card, their SNAP benefit card, and all of a sudden now they're disqualified because they have Social Security disability coming in. Or they got some kind of income, that's extra income that they applied for, that's coming in. All of a sudden now the SNAP found out about it. I don't know how they found out about it. And all of a sudden y'all they're disqualified to receiving SNAP benefits. And when you apply and when you rely on these governmental programs, they can disappoint you. Like what happened in Georgia a few months ago. Some people applied and they put a halt on assistance, governmental assistance, SNAP. They put a halt on their SNAP program in Georgia, so the people was not so the people that was on the SNAP program, they was not receiving the food, the benefits card. So because they put a halt for some apparent reason, they put a halt on the benefits card, and it just happened. Just happened. And this is shared to you that when you rely on the governmental programs, they can be disappointing. When you're relying on that money to come, you're relying on those benefits to come. They're always changing their regulations. They're always changing the rules. That's why I emphasize with this video. I emphasize on you making income extra. And strives to make extra income for yourself. It's not easy as I say. You just gotta find something. Strive. There's a lot of opportunities out there for you to make extra money to help your family out. Try to make extra for yourself so you don't have to rely on these governmental programs. You don't have to rely. And it's tough. It's tough when you struggling to buy groceries. It's tough when you're trying to pay other bills, because people, we have other bills that we have to pay. We had other credit card that we have to get off. A lot of us, we splurge during the Christmas season. We splurge. And now the new year is here, January, and we're in the new year, 2024, and all of a sudden now we're trying to keep up with paying off our credit card debt. We're trying to keep up with we're trying to keep up with other bills that come our way, and we're living check to check. We can't wait till the next check comes. It is the rotation, same rotation. Gonna pay off this debt. You got these credit card people calling you. They're calling you, threatening you. If you don't pay this by a certain time, they're gonna cut off. They're gonna raise your interest, your credit card interest. They'll raise it if you don't pay this amount by a certain time. And a lot of Americans, they owe trillions of dollars in credit card debt, trillions of dollars because of these holidays, these Hallmark holidays that come up. You got Valentine's Days coming up, February. So they spend trillions of dollars on these Hallmark holidays, and now they're trying to keep up with paying it off. And it's tough because you have other bills to pay. You got groceries, kids are eating. If you have children, I know because I have children, we buy groceries every week. And it's hard. It's hard. And your job is not, they're not giving you a raise. So what does a person do? So the only solution is, one of the solutions is trying to make extra money. Try to get into something where you can build extra income for yourself to help other people. Don't really stop relying on these governmental programs because, as you can see, actually this news, the WBZ news was shared. This was maybe about 3 months ago. This news footage I'm sharing to you right now. But if you go on to Snap, even on YouTube, if you go into Snap benefits on YouTube, they're always changing their regulations. They're always changing their regulations. They're always changing what benefits. What they're always changing their regulations. So a person that applies is always a new rule. And because there's a new rule, you may not be able to be eligible for SNAP, or you may not be able to be eligible for, or it takes time. There's always some kind of glitch why you're not eligible or why you're not qualified to receive SNAP. And sometimes people lie in order to get the benefits because they cannot keep up with the cost of groceries is expensive, and they can't keep up with, they have their children, and they can't keep up with the cost of groceries that they have to buy every week to feed their family. And it's tough. There's a struggle every day, and it's tough. So when you apply for SNAP, notice in back of your mind that they're always changing their regulations. They're always changing their rules and regulations every few months. I noticed every few months. I've been looking at Snap for a little while. I haven't applied for a long time ago, but I've been looking at Snap for a little while. They're always changing their regulations. They're always changing their rules. So those who don't know who are coming into the video for the first time, I'm talking about SNAP, Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program, that the in some major cities that's giving out SNAP, that people are fighting for SNAP. SNAP is mainly only for groceries. If you go to the grocery store, you have your benefit card and you can purchase with your benefit. When you go into the grocery store, grocery store or supermarket, you could purchase groceries using your SNAP benefits. They give you up to $400, $500, depending on your income. They give you up to $500 If you get it, you're good. You don't have to spend money on groceries because SNAP is paying for you. But if you don't get it, sometimes you got to think about other alternatives. So the only alternative, other if you don't get SNAP, because it's hard to apply. It's not hard to apply, but it's hard to get. It's hard to say. It's hard to be received into the program. It's hard to say, "Hey, I got it." It's easy to apply, but it's harder. It's harder to say that. Well, okay, now I got SNAP. Because most of the time, some people when they apply, they just don't get it. Some people apply 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and they still don't get SNAP. So you got to think about another alternative. The other alternative is to try to tap into something that can make you extra money. I already found things that can make me extra money. Like I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing other things. I'm trying to get into other businesses that can make me extra money because obviously I'm not eligible for SNAP. Um, So try to don't rely on the governmental programs because you will be disappointed. And if you get it, praise God. If you don't, there's other alternatives you can look into. There's other ventures, opportunities out there that you can look into. You don't have to just rely on the government to just give you anything all the time because they can disappoint you. They're always changing their regulations. They're always changing their rules. And that's where I'm getting at with this video. Well, the live word of the day is for First Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 12, that your daily life may win the respects of outsiders so that you will not be dependent on anybody. That's right. That's right. Stop relying on people to give you anything. Don't rely on them to give you anything. Depend on the Father, depend on the Lord, and trust God and move with wisdom. Try to take your money, the active income. I did videos on this many times. Try to take your money that you're working from your job and put into something that can make you money, like stocks or not even stocks. If you need money now, try to get into maybe a online business with a small fee. Don't get into no Bitcoin. I'm gonna do another video for that too. Don't get into no Bitcoin and no Bitcoin mining. A lot of those are scams. They're scams. Get into something that, like an Amazon store or a Shopify store, something that can make you money. That is not a heavy entry to get into. And you pay me maybe $30 a month, and maybe you have to pay a freelancer on Fiverr or Upwork, pay them to design the store for you, and you can make money off of that too. You can make money off of that. And just trust God in this. Stop relying on people to get handouts because they can disappoint you. They can disappoint you. What a live word today is coming out of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 12, that you or your daily life may win. They may have wins, that the respect of outsiders, gain the respect of outsiders so that you have to depend on anybody. You have to depend on anybody, folks. Trust God and believe God today that He will supply your needs, and believe God today that He'll open doors for you to make more money so you can help your family. Well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. Thank you for tuning in. And for those who've tuned in for the first time, I thank you. And those who've been consistently support me, I thank you as well. I got more videos coming for you. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings.